194 days after the Dodgers open the 2025 season in Tokyo, we have arrived at Game 162 in Seattle, the finish line of the regular season. One more tune-up before the wild card series begins Tuesday. It is the Dodgers and the Mariners on Kershaw Day coming up in 60 minutes. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Leadoff LA. I'm John Hartung alongside Jerry Hairston Jr. Nomar Garciaparra. Happy 162. For most players, as you guys know, this is the end of the line. It'll be their final game of the year. But for the Dodgers and a few of the lucky ones, it's just the calm before the storm.
It is a calm before the storm. Listen, it is a long grind. It is so hard to play that many games. 162 in about 183 days. Dodgers figure out a way to be consistent enough to get in the postseason. Now they're starting to play their best baseball right at the right time.
It's hard to believe we're here, right?
Yeah.
It really is. And every single season, when you get to 162, you're like, man, it either went really fast or it was really, really long. It's one or the other. But at the same time, you want to be exactly where the Dodgers are, and that is the ability to play in the postseason. And here they are.
I had some long years.
Well, it all started, it didn't seem like it was that long, but it was 6.5 months ago, 5,700 miles away, opening day in Tokyo. Nomar, what are the next few hours like for all these guys knowing that business truly begins for them on Tuesday?
Listen, this is one of those games, unfortunately, because they don't have much to play for. The other team doesn't have much to play for, where you're thinking, let's get this game over with quickly so we can get out there and kind of get ourselves prepared for the postseason. You're also thinking about staying healthy as best you can, getting through this game with your health, or as close to healthy as you can, because they're all feeling some things now after 162. But you want to be also to have some confidence going into the postseason. So that's what you're thinking in this regular season game. Like, let's get through it. Let's have a quick, healthy game and get ourselves in the mindset and focus for the postseason.
Tokyo, that was this year. It just seemed like it was like 2 years ago. Obviously, we started this last season in South Korea. But yeah, it is a long grind. And Nomar, you touched on it. You know, starting in spring training, getting ready for that long grind. You had that early start of the season in Tokyo, and 194 days ago at March 18th, now we're here. Dodgers wanted to make sure they got to the postseason. They won the division. They checked that box. Now, like I said earlier, they are starting to really fire on all cylinders. I love what the bullpen did last night, had guys starting to right the ship a little bit. Dodgers are playing at their best right now.
It was one of those things we talked about before this final road trip, and I said, I want to see the Dodgers play well on the road this final week of the season. They have certainly done that. With one more game to go, let's check out Dave Roberts' lineup for Game 162. Facing Mariners right-hander Bryce Miller, you've got Shohei back in there after getting last night off, followed by Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman. Teoscar in the cleanup spot. Michael Conforto will be in left. Andy Pages in center. Kike gets another start at third base after a big night last night. Hae-Sung Kim is at second base. Jerry Ben Rortvedt catching Clayton Kershaw.
And after being benched last night, Shohei Ohtani's back in the starting lineup as a designated hitter. It was a night off, relax. And you got guys like Hae-Sung Kim getting an opportunity. Ben Rortvedt, who's done a great job behind the plate. He's your 9-hole hitter.
Yeah, night off while still throwing a bullpen, get yourself ready to pitch. Sort of, I mean, that's the life of the special one, Shohei. But nonetheless, you know, you're just missing a couple of guys you hope are healthy enough in the postseason, because, you know, you look at this lineup, then it really gives some length and strength.
Trivia question someday. Who caught Clayton Kershaw's final regular season start? Ben Rortvedt today in Seattle. The first day of spring training was back on February 11th. Not just a long season for the players, but also for everybody here at Sportsnet LA. The folks you don't see behind the scenes in our control room, our newsroom, the remote truck, as well as Kirsten Watson, who's joining us live from Seattle to wrap up this 2025 regular season. Hi there, Kirsten.
Hi, John. Yeah, it's been a long one, but it's been a great one. It's crazy to think that we started the season in Tokyo. For some reason, that feels like it was about a year ago. And even just a few minutes ago, I was talking with some of the guys and some of the media, and we were just looking back at some of our favorite moments of this season. And it's been kind of funny how fitting that majority of them have surrounded Clayton Kershaw. One was it seeing Kershaw versus Max Scherzer, seeing Kershaw have the big moment there. 3,000 strikeouts. Of course, how special it was seeing him have his final start of the regular season back at Dodger Stadium, sharing that moment with all of the fans. And now today, it's game 162. It's the final season of the regular season. And of course, 22 is on the mound to close things out. Dave Roberts Roberts talked about just what he's expecting to see from Clayton today and how he does expect this to be a more traditional outing compared to what we've been seeing with Tyler Glasnow or an Emmett Sheehan in this series thus far.
I'm expecting, another good outing. I think that it's going to be emotional, but a different type of emotion, certainly being on the road, but it's his last career start. And so I think it's going to be emotional. I think he wants to obviously pitch well. And we got a good thing going right now. I'm excited to see him, take the mound as a starter for the last time. And our guys want to win one for him.
Similar to what we've been seeing the last 2 days, is the plan to have a shorter outing for him today?
No, I think just a regular outing. There's just not a whole lot of guys available today, so just have him go long as he can. We'll see.
What does that mean for him for the wild card series?
He won't be available for the wild card series.
What would it look like for him in the coming rounds in the DS, the LCS? How would it look for him coming out of the bullpen as far as a role and just what he could provide you?
You just don't know how things are going to play out. He's obviously pitching today, so he'll be available for the DS, the potential DS. In what capacity, I don't think anyone knows yet, because with the roster that we have, things play out funny, unpredictable in the postseason. So I just don't know how the 3 games are going to play out, the potential 3 games.
Honeywell was so valuable to you in a long man type of role last postseason. Could you see a scenario where Kershaw is that long man for you in a blowout game either way?
Yeah, honestly, I can see him starting a game. I could see him coming in a short burst. I can see him long relief. I can see him in a lot of things. So, again, I don't think anyone can predict how that's going to play out. We got to kind of obviously get through the wild card series and see who's standing after that and where they're at, and then you got to kind of make decisions from that.
So as the team does prepare for the wild card, Dave Roberts has made it clear that Clayton Kershaw is not going to be on that roster, but he's definitely much a part of the conversation if the team is to continue to move forward. In the NLDS, whether it's as a starter, someone in relief, Clayton is someone who has made it clear he understands and kind of doing the math, what things could look like, how deep this rotation is, and how talented starting rotation is right now. And he's very much available to be an option, whether it's long relief, out of the bullpen, as a starter, whatever situation is asked of him, he just wants to be a part of hopefully bringing another World Series back to this team. And the other thing is, I should say, the feeling of the guys today is they just want to get a win for Clayton Kershaw for him to close out this regular season. So hopefully they can put some run support on the board early, guys.
Be a great recipe to walk off into the sunset, at least in terms of a regular season career. Kirsten, thank you very much. And hopefully we do get to see Clayton Kershaw pitch several times in the postseason. But today, future Hall of Famer Jerry making his final regular season start. Both of you were teammates with him, so you know this is a very special day for Kershaw and the Dodgers.
A special day for Clayton Kershaw, a special day for his teammates. And listen, 18 years with one team. That is really unheard of nowadays in all of sports, especially in baseball. And Clayton Kershaw to play 18 years with an iconic franchise, and he had an iconic career. So he's definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer. And I'm hoping, and the guys are as well, that yes, this is his last regular season start, but he will have multiple appearances, hopefully in the future, NLDS, NLCS, and then World Series, and he can cap off his final season with that World Series championship ring. It would be his 3rd.
Yeah, hopefully that's motivating for the team as well, because they know now they won't be on that wild card roster. And like, okay, well, that means we got to continue. We got to make sure we get through that step so we know he's on the roster and they can continue. You can see Clayton Kershaw out there again. And every time he's taken the mound this year, years past, we said, it's not Kershaw Day, it's Kershaw Appreciation Day. So this is another time where we as Dodger fans are able to go out there and appreciate what Kershaw has done in the game and for the game. It truly is spectacular in a Hall of Fame career.
Just an incredible, incredible career for Clayton Kershaw. He will be in Cooperstown, New York, August of 2031 to be inducted, no doubt, first ballot Hall of Famer. Still more to come. Blake Snell getting his bullpen session in today in Seattle. Hasn't been determined when, but he will pitch at some point in the wild card series, which begins. Game 1 is on Tuesday. Plus, why not go for the record books on the final day? Shohei Ohtani needs 1 home run to break his own franchise mark, looking for his 55th home run of the year today. Shohei Ohtani's first 2 years with the Dodgers have seen him set the standard for home runs. He has hit 54 in back-to-back seasons. That is the single-season franchise record. Last year, he surpassed Sean Green's mark of 49, a record which had stood for 23 years. Adrian Beltre hit 48 in 2004, and Cody Bellinger 47 in 2019. Of course, no sport really celebrates history or its records, its numbers more than baseball. Shohei has a chance to break his own franchise record. Nomar's probably not on the top of mind for him today, but it would be fun to see him get 55 today.
It would be nice. I mean, obviously, because it's going to help the team. But you're right. I don't think it's at the top of his mind. That's not what he's worried about. And I don't think we're worried about it too much either. I think last year, obviously, was a big deal because we were looking at 50-50, first time ever, and he accomplished that. And then we were wondering, was he maybe go to 60-60 because he was finishing off so hot? So I don't think it's on the top of his mind, like I said. And it's more about him being able to come out of this game. You know, we want him feeling confident. We want him feeling right, feeling healthy. And if he hits one along the way, we won't be surprised. And then we'll embrace it. But what he's already done this year, truly MVP worthy.
He's going to get his 55th home run today on the first pitch of the game.
Okay.
That's my
early
called shot. Early called shot. Listen, 55 is just a nice, solid number. I know our guy, Oral Hershiser, wore that number. I think he gets 55 today. But either way, what he's done so far in Dodger blue has been incredible. And the way he's throwing the ball on the mound, and we're talking about his hitting, the way he's throwing the ball on the mound, he's literally one of our aces. He has been outstanding. I think he's going to start game one of the wild card.
All right, Clayton Kershaw didn't make his first start of the year until May 17th, and while he's not the same Kershaw he was a decade ago, still 10-2 this year, was an all-star, Jerry, and recorded his 3,000th strikeout.
Mr. Consistent. I know this stuff isn't like it was 6, 7, 8 years ago, but he's still able to get out. He's got a passion for the game and really a passion for his craft. That slider/putter has been outstanding to go along with that breaking ball and that fastball. Yes, still that fastball. We'll touch 91, 92. This is not the end for Clayton Kershaw. I expect him to pitch deep in the postseason as well as the World Series.
All right, so Clayton Kershaw getting his final regular season start today. In his second season in the majors, Yoshinobu Yamamoto's become one of the game's best. Made every start, 30 in all. Was an all-star team for the first time as well, Nomar, and has an ERA under 2.5.
He talks about winning the Cy Young Award here in the States, and with his stuff and with his demeanor and his mindset and work ethic, he's definitely more than capable of doing it. And this year, he has been the ace of this staff. So he has stepped it up, you know, only in the second year in that Dodge uniform. But man, what we've seen from last year to this year, the growth, we know he can handle any big moment. We've seen that. But to be out there, what they needed with all the injuries, you need somebody to be that solid footing. It was Yamamoto.
Can't leave out the big show. Shohei Ohtani heading toward his third straight MVP award, second with the Dodgers, has matched his home run total from last year with 54. Returned to the mound this season, Jerry, dominating as he's built up in the second half.
You know, just when you think he can't have even a better season from his 50-50 season last year, well, he's on track to even be better because he has been dynamic on that mound. I just love his presence, the way he commands that mound, 100-mile-an-hour fastball to go along with a wicked slider, breaking ball. And oh, by the way, he's that leadoff hitter with some thump. 144 runs scored, which is absolutely a joke. Hopefully maybe out 145 or 146 after the day. He's been electric.
There he is, Clayton Kershaw taking the field one final time in the regular season. Kershaw Appreciation Day at T-Mobile Park in Seattle. 6.5 months after opening day in Tokyo, it's closing time for the Dodgers in Seattle. Game 162, the final game of the 2025 regular season, and the final starts for Clayton Kershaw in his brilliant 18-year career. The NOS champions awaiting their wild card series opener on Tuesday. But first, one more with the Mariners at T-Mobile Park coming up in 30 minutes. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Access Sportsnet Dodgers, brought to you by your Toyota dealers, John Hartung, Jerry Hairston Jr., Nomar Garcia-Parr. The Dodgers have a chance to finish out the regular season, winning 5 in a row with only their second road sweep of the season, Jerry. And it'd be great to see them get a win for Kershaw as well.
Yeah, obviously all eyes are on Clayton Kershaw. His last start ever as a Major League player. He's had a historic career. Let's give him a W. Clayton Kershaw deserves that and get a chance to sweep a very good Mariners team at home.
You know, that's what Clayton Kershaw is thinking. He's just thinking about winning because that's always been on his mind throughout this whole entire 18 years. So Dodgers thinking the same thing. You want to go into the postseason feeling pretty confident, playing well, which they are doing, and get their ultimate goal.
All right, there he is, Clayton Kershaw, the future Hall of Famer. Let's check out Dave Roberts' lineup behind Kersh for Game 162, going up against Mariners right-hander Bryce Miller. You have Shohei back in the lineup after getting last night off, and then it's Mookie and Freddie. Teoscar batting cleanup. Michael Conforto gets the start in left field. Andy Pages will play center. Kike Hernandez getting a start for Max Muncy again at third base. Haesung Kim will play second, and Ben Rortvedt is catching Clayton Kershaw today. Nomar, what sticks out to you?
Well, you know, obviously we see the regulars in there. It would be interesting to see how long they play, if Dave Roberts plans them playing the entire game or just, you know, a few at-bats, and then see some other guys maybe stepping in. But nonetheless, all these guys just getting their work in and hopefully feeling confident at the plate.
Yeah, I think anybody who's going to be in that playoff roster will get an at-bat or two today. Obviously, Shohei Ohtani, 54 bombs. I have a feeling he's 55 today. And Kike Hernandez has been red hot with the bat. Love seeing him in the lineup.
All right, for the most part, there's not a whole lot to play for today. Just hoping everybody gets out of this game healthy and ready for Tuesday's Wild Card Series opener. Kirsten Watson is with the Dodgers in Seattle right now. She joins us live from T-Mobile Park with some health updates on a couple of key Dodger players. Hi there, Kirsten.
Hi, John. Yeah, so for the guys who are on the field, it's essentially a final tune-up, getting some more at-bats, guys who are going to come out of the bullpen, just kind of making sure things are feeling good mechanically and also just confidence-wise. But there are a few guys, as you mentioned, whether it's Max Muncy or Will Smith, who are still battling, or excuse me, I should even add Tommy Edman, who are still battling a bit of an injury here and there. Oh, that's all right. Come on through. Still battling injury, but Dave Roberts does feel good about their availability come Game 1 of the Wild Card. He talked about first Will Smith, who was able to start swinging the bat yesterday, kind of how he's continuing to progress.
Today's Dodger Voice is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa, and it is our game preview with Steven Nelson and Jessica Mendoza joining us live from T-Mobile Park. Hi there, Steven.
Hi, John. Yeah, because the Dodgers really don't have anything to play for, the focus, even more so than it already would have been, is solely on number 22, Clayton Kershaw, his final regular season start of his legendary career today. What are the emotions you felt coming to the park today, Jess, knowing that this is the last time we get to see him until the rubber?
You know, there's a lot of mixed emotions because, you know, I was talking to his wife, Ellen Kershaw, beforehand, and just the run that it's been. I mean, about 18 years. Like, go back for anything that you've done the last 18 years and think about what he has been able to do over the course of his career, not just on the field, but off the field. And I think about, you know, the people that are showing up today for him, you know, talking to Rick Honeycutt and the stories he was telling us on the bus ride on the way over. There's so much throughout his career, but the impact, most of all, that he's had on those around him, especially his teammates.
I think we'll share a lot of those stories throughout the broadcast there, Jess, but most importantly for him, he wants to go out on a victory and pitch the Dodgers to a sweep. Taking this series, the Dodgers did kind of set up something for the postseason. If this ends up being a World Series matchup, the Dodgers and the Mariners, the Dodgers would have home field advantage by winning the first two games, not because of the head-to-head tiebreak, but just overall record this year. But Clayton Kershaw wants to make it 3 straight wins to finish the year.
Yeah, he wants to put an exclamation point on what's already been a great series for the Dodgers. And I just think back to last week of him coming out of the bullpen in Arizona, what we could see from him in October. But definitely a statement that he wants to make here, his last ever regular season start. You know that he's going to battle. The biggest stat that stands out to me this year is the fact that he's 10-2 every time he starts a game.
He's been the face of the franchise, John, for darn near 20 years. And as we get close to the postseason, I think to encapsulate that, 18 seasons of Clayton Kershaw, 15 Dodger postseason appearances, including the last 13 straight, 12 division titles. The 18 years before Clayton Kershaw arrived in L.A., just 4 postseason appearances. This guy has kind of been the head of the snake for the longest time, and it's going to feel weird next year in 2026 when he's not wearing a Dodge uniform. But that's getting way too far ahead of ourselves. First things first is taking care of today.
Well, yeah, hopefully he's back on opening day in 2026 to pick up another World Series ring.
Yes.
That would be awfully cool to celebrate that way. Stephen and Jessica, we'll see you coming up in a little over 15 minutes from now. The Dodgers have 92 wins, a fourth straight NL West title, and with the curtain dropping on the 2025 regular season, time for us to hand out some awards. Nomar, I'm going to begin with you. Who is your Dodgers team MVP in 2025?
Oh, well, that's easy because he's the league MVP as well, and that's going to Shohei Ohtani. Yeah. I mean, what he's done offensively, obviously, at it's top of the lineup. The home runs, the slug that he has, getting on base, but the 144 runs, I know that also helps that other guys knocking in, but nonetheless, setting the table at the top of the lineup. Oh, and by the way, him on the mound as well. Definitely going out there, has dominated on the mound. It's really dominated both sides of the plate. And not only the team MVP, but without a question, the National League MVP once again, back-to-back winner, and hopefully the Dodgers do something back-to-back, and that's be World Series champions. But he's definitely been the guy who's helped them get there, and man, is he fun to watch. He really is. And we are very lucky as baseball fans to be able to watch such a special player like Shohei Ohtani.
About to win his fourth MVP and third straight. Jerry, you're going with Yoshi?
I am. Obviously, I couldn't pick Shohei, but I'm going with Yamamoto as far as being that staple in that rotation, the most consistent pitcher we've had all season long, and he has been dominant and gotten better and better as the season's gone along. You have to have an ace from start to finish, and this guy has been this Dodger ace, and really he's been the best pitcher, in my opinion, in all of baseball outside of that kid in Pittsburgh, Paul Skeens. If it weren't for Skeens, he would be winning the NL Cy Young Award winner. And look at the 12 wins. Easily could have 18 or 19 wins, possibly 20 if we got him some runs, and also saved a couple of his starts. So Yamamoto is my MVP from the pitching side.
He had 7 starts this year where he allowed 0 or 1 run and did not get a win. So if you just add 7 right there, he's got 19 wins.
54 homers, 101 ribbies, 20 stolen bases for Ohtani this year. Can he add to it? This season finale. That's ripped to right field, down for a hit, on base streak at 31, all the way to the wall. Ohtani leads off the game with a stand-up double.
After fouling off the fastball down the zone, he gets that splitter, drives it out into right field. And you take a look at his swing, how he sees it out of the hand, gets it pretty much off the middle of his body. Leadoff double, and continues Tuesday, 6 p.m.
Shohei Ohtani will be there. Will you? Strike one swinging. Double in the first, single and a run in the third, strikeout in the fourth. This is his fourth plate appearance today. Good pitch from Spire. 0-2. There's a high drive, left center field. It is gone! A drive and 55. Shohei Ohtani continues to rewrite the record books. He breaks his own franchise record for home runs in a single season.